With the current state of Shonen Jump in 2020, and with now One Piece soon to end within the next 4 to 5 years, which probably won't happen just mainly because, well, it's One Piece, it's pretty much never ending. But all jokes aside, we're nearing that time and age where we might have to start considering the next phase of Jump. Once One Piece ends, of course, who and what will be the next series to be the next phase of Shonen Jump? In all honesty, I find it very hard to believe that that specific series is in Shonen Jump as of right now, but typically when I'm being asked such a hard question, I usually result in more of the common answers, such as the most popular series in Shonen Jump at the moment. For example, if One Piece were to end right now, I would assume that My Hero Academia and Deku would be the next phase of Shonen Jump. Realistically speaking, like I said before, I generally don't believe that there's a series in Shonen Jump currently that can really match One Piece in terms of relevance, and I mean just general popularity. Now, typically speaking though, that doesn't mean I can't be proven wrong. I believe that in the current magazine for Weekly Shonen Jump that there are a ton of contenders that are definitely worth looking out for in the near future. For example, series such as Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Black Clover, obviously My Hero Academia, and the newer up-and-coming Burn the Witch from the creator of Bleach, one of the 3 greatest manga during the time of the big 3. Personally, for me, thinking that if one of these manga in Jump right now become the face, it will most likely be My Hero Academia due to the widespread of popularity it basically has built up across Japan. Not to mention the West has a massive amount of popularity for My Hero Academia, so that's also something that can be taken into account when becoming the next face of Shonen Jump. Because not only do you want to be able to provide a face to the Eastern fanbase, you also want to be able to appease the whole world, especially when it comes to the mascots for such a big thing like Shonen Jump. If you want my honest opinions on the matter, I think that within due time, Shonen Jump, along with other fellow mangakas of Jump, will be able to find the next One Piece, so to say. It just really all depends on timing. I mean, if you take a look at recent Shonen Jump activities, there have been tons of series being thrown out of the magazine within just the first of 15 to 20 chapters. Not to mention, but even the infamous Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto's new manga Samurai 8, was axed because of the desperation that Jump is trying to make to find that next series that will be able to take One Piece's place, and because Samurai was kind of trash. Also, with all these new series coming and going, I feel like it's just a matter of time until one day we find that one new series that just everyone enjoys just as much as One Piece. With all that being taken into account, it really makes you think if something like the big 3 can be a reoccurring thing. One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach were the 3 series that took Shonen Jump by storm from the early to mid 2000s, and with the massive popularity that all 3 of these series grew over time, it really changed the shape of the manga industry. And as a result, they are still very popular and talked about series to this day. Honestly, just the day and age of manga during that time was absolutely super different from today's generation, and to affect today's age in such an impact of inspiration and similarity. Which leads me to my next point. Will we ever see a day when manga as we know it changes to the point where new series that get published into Shonen Jump will heavily inspire the series that we have in today's current issues of Jump, or sometime in the near future? Personally, nowadays, I'm just looking for that super unique series that just keeps me reading along with being very intertwined with the whole world and characters. Still, there are a few series within our current magazine that I still need to dedicate more time into, but for now, there really isn't anything game-changing, and to me, I see that as a problem. When it comes to the current manga in the magazine, there really isn't something that generically stands out from the rest like how One Piece did during its debut, which, like I mentioned before, we need to see a series within today's current issues of Jump that can change up the whole scenery and drive a new expectation for the future of manga. Although people would argue that a series like Demon Slayer already did that, but I guess even with a mass amount of popularity and striving fandom across the world, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba was still unable to, I guess, replace One Piece as the face of Jump, so to say. And honestly, even if we get another series just like Kimetsu no Yaiba, I still don't think it will be possible for a face like that, even with the immense amount of popularity, to be able to take the spot from One Piece. You see, One Piece is a series that I think is, in my opinion, pretty unmatchable in terms of recognition across Japan, just because of the simple fact of its setting. One Piece has been around for over 20 years, and still the kids from all those years are still reading Jump today because they obviously want to know how the series will end. That's the amazing thing about this series that spreads across Japan and the eastern side of the world. It doesn't matter if you're a kid, a teenager, an adult, or even an elder. It doesn't matter because the amount of impact One Piece has made within the last 20 years set a place for itself to be forever recognizable across Japan because of the length and time that it has been with them. I've had this question asked me once before, and I've recently talked about it on a podcast I host along with 2 others, Mr. Energy and Bleach Center, where we basically discussed if it's necessary for a sports series to be in Shonen Jump, at least once in the magazine at a time, where both myself and Energy basically agreed that the magazine pretty much feels naked without one. So I thought to myself while making this video, would it be possible for a sports series, a new and up and coming one, to become the next face of Shonen Jump? At first glance, you might think that it's not possible because over the years, it has mainly been Luffy, Naruto, as well as Goku. But if you look back on the previous Jump issues, such as the ones before the 80s, there were a ton of covers with sports issues in them. Now this might just be how the past was, and it's probably out of its time, but it's not something interesting to throw out of the mix of things. I mean, Haikyuu was a recent series within Shonen Jump that was, I have to say, second, or maybe some people would argue third, between My Hero Academia. So hypothetically, if we take out One Piece out of the mix, it wouldn't be surprising to me that Haikyuu would have been the next face of Jump for a short period of time. Recently, within something that I'm not fairly educated about, the Golden Future Cup entries one-shots. These are the one-shots that currently have the chance to make it their way into Shonen Jump. There are currently 5 in place, and only one or none of them can be put into the magazine. I don't really want to go into detail on all of them, but one specifically is the 4th one, Counterattack Shuttle. This at first glance is another sports manga that I think can patiently make its way into Jump. Now, the reason being that is because, well, like I said before, Shonen Jump basically feels naked without one, a sports series, and to make up for that, this would be the perfect timing to add one in. I don't typically like the sport of badminton, but let's be real here. It's not really about the sport anymore, it's about the manga itself, and the strive and motivation these characters have within their series. Now, I'm also not saying a sports manga that hasn't even made its way into Jump can become the next face of Shonen Jump. What I'm saying is that you should always keep your eyes peeled for what's soon to become in the magazine. But instead of making this more about what's to come in the magazine, how about we talk more about what we currently have in today's issues of Shonen Jump. Like I mentioned before, I think that within the length of a series like One Piece, that if you can withstand yourself in Jump for that long of a period of time, I think you should rightfully deserve the spot of being the face of Jump. Because I mean, if you're capable of maintaining your spot within the magazine and you're still able to please your readers for that long length of time, it's only right for you to become the face of Jump. Now, in an interview with a mangaka of Black Clover, Yuki Tabata had where he was asked the question, is Black Clover a story destined to last for years like One Piece or Naruto? In which Tabata replied, yes, I would like and I will do everything to make that happen. I prepare psychologically for not having the vacation for a long time. I mentioned this before in one of my previous videos, but I think that if this is true, that's only right for a series like Black Clover to take the future spot of the face of Jump. Personally, for me, I'm more or less indifferent towards Black Clover. I think that as of right now, there are quite a few more series in Jump that are a lot more interesting than Black Clover, but throughout time and development, it could be possible with the improvement of Tabata's writing that Black Clover can go down as one of the best mangas of all time. I think that for the future of Jump, we need to see a series that can be tackled on and take the world by surprise. You really have to set your expectations high because, I mean, you're going to have to try and match a series like One Piece, which isn't actually easy in the slightest. It definitely will take time for everyone to find that series, and for Japan especially to get used to basically a new Luffy as what they see across their city. I've said this many times throughout this video, but it's definitely going to take some time for a series to grow such a fan base like One Piece has had, and deep down inside, I think that it's going to be nearly impossible to find such a series within this decade. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that series is in Shonen Jump right now, just none of us know it yet. It's all within due time and hard work and dedication, and with the work these mangakas are putting into their manga, I think that sometime, someday, we will soon be able to see the light of the next face of Shonen Jump. Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to leave a comment suggesting a video, be more than happy to do so. I love reading the comments. Maybe if you post an interesting topic, I'll choose yours and make a video on it. And guys, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, forgot to mention, but there's a link to my Discord in the description box down below if any of you would like to join. With that everyone, my Twitter is @AnimeAugie, and I will catch each and every single one of you guys in the next video. Peace.